I put the shiny filter on. How cute, right? How's everybody doing today? I'm sharing this both on my personal page and inside my Keto Kickstart group just because I want it. That's what I'm doing. So, hello everybody and welcome and thank you. I'm not like a lot of other people that do live videos. I don't wait a long time for people to come on because I know that there are people that are coming on replays. They don't want to wait for me to get into it. I just wanted to share my enthusiasm and excitement for. Uh-oh. Let me go find out what that was. Don't be. I'm not mad. I might have to come back, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Allison, get away from it. Okay. I'm gonna. What's going on, sadness? Let me see here. My kitchen's a mess. You might see it. Here, you want to hold that for me? And I'll sweep this up. And I'm not giving you the best angles of my face, but we got to clean this up real quick. Okay, hold on, Stella. What we'll do is throw it in a paper bag. I'm going to put you guys down for a second. She broke a teacup. Hold on. This is very sharp, so be careful. And there's another little tiny piece that'll end up in my foot. There we go. You're fine, Stella. You just get another one. It's not the end of the world. All right, I got 5 people looking at my ceiling. I'm sorry about that. Stella was getting some ice. She likes ice. And she was getting a teacup. And the teacup. Here we go. All right, now we got her under control so we can get our business going. So I wanted to touch base with you guys because I'm really excited. I started keto on the 1st of this month. Last month, because I knew I was going to start the 1st, I went nuts. So I actually started at a higher weight than I thought because I actually put on weight during May. But it took me a while. It took me, I would say, good evening, Sandraji. Good evening, Sarah. It took me, I would say, the first 2 weeks, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing moved on the scale. And, I'm not really obsessed about that because I know that, beyond weight loss, which I know is primary and very important for my health, the thing is that I just want to feel good. I want to have energy. I want to be full of life and excitement. You know what I'm saying? That's really weird. And, so that's my main goal. I want to live longer, healthier, and be really excited about everything. What's going on, Tara Davis? How are you? And I've tried a lot of different things in my life. I've tried a whole bunch of different things, and I love meal replacement shakes. Totally love them. However, I've had some bad experiences in my own experience with inferior products, and it took me a long time before I found a really nice product that I knew was really super good for me. However, I just couldn't really, I couldn't maintain that. So I knew that I had to actually change the way I ate and change the way that I was living my life. So, high restrictive calorie diets with, I've been vegan before. I've been a vegetarian before. I've done a lot of fasting in my life. I actually, back in 2013, I think it was, I did a 30-day juice fast. That was pretty amazing. And all those things, I think those are fine. I think that that's amazing because you learn a lot about yourself and you learn a lot about what your relationship with food is and about things that, you can't even believe that you're able to accomplish something like that. However, what was it? It was about 2 years ago, just before I moved here, I started eating keto way of life. What's going on, Janice? And I really enjoyed that, but I was working out a lot. And sometimes, especially when you're overweight, in the beginning of doing a keto diet, you should just let the diet heal the body on its own without pushing too hard. And there are thousands and thousands of documents and studies on the ketogenic diet being one of the most nutritious ways to feed your body. And whether it's medicinal or if it's just eating clean keto. And it really comes back to like the way we used to eat. And, before we started buying packaged foods and before, your grandparents or your great grandparents believed in butter. And then all of a sudden we were doing margarine and things started getting crazy. And there's a whole bunch of history on that. And I could, in my group, I have a lot of links to different, um, sources where people can learn about what keto really is. Because some people think that it's unsustainable, that it's extreme, and it's not. The thing is the only way that I get carbs now is through vegetables. Hi, Peter. What's going on? I like my vegetables, and that's where I get them. And oftentimes, like my goal is to stay under 20 net carbs a day. Oftentimes, I don't even hit 14. There's been a couple of days where I was like a little crazy, or I wanted to have a blackberry wheat beer, and that's 6 carbs, and you can like have one, and then you're shot for the day. You can't have any more of that. Um, I try to keep them from good places. I have given up all pastas, all root vegetables, um, rice, any kind of wheat except for that blackberry wheat. That's awesome for the summertime over at Long Trail. I do like that beer, but I don't really drink beer much anymore anyway, so it's not been a really big deal. You know. Hey Tess, what's going on? So what I have noticed though with this is when I eat the right amount of fats and the right amount of protein and the right amount of carbs in my body, I've got all sorts of energy and I'm in a better mood. And I would say since the about it's those 10 pounds I talked about yesterday that I was celebrating about, I was surprised because I wasn't sure. I just know I feel it, but I figured that my body's probably going to redistribute before it's going to show me a scale difference. And that literally happened after the first 2 weeks. So I'm excited about that, thrilled to death about it. And the entire family is doing it. It's so easy to cook. I mean, I sit down to dinner and I'm like, I just can't believe I can eat like this and I'm healthy. I'm being healthy to my body. And this is incredible. So, with that being said, if you guys have ever thought about that, wanted to look into it, research it. It's not for not everybody likes it. Some people much rather, go low fat but there's so many things that we're missing with that. Our brain needs fat to function. There was a doctor in Florida a few years ago, and I can try to find that link for you. I might even have that in the group, where her husband had Alzheimer's, and she decided to do an experiment with him. And they did 1 tablespoon of coconut oil every day. And he was like back to 87% functioning. Like something crazy. Like now he was just forgetting where he put his keys rather than forgetting who he was and where he was and who his family were. Fat is essential for us. It's the building blocks of our joints, our brain, our hair, inflammation. It'll help you with inflammation. There's so many things. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you everything. I don't know everything. All I know is that in the last 22 days, I've had more energy. My attitude's been better. I'm one of those people, I got kind of a short ass temper. I get, well, and that's been way better. And everyone gets to feel that, which is good. And I just feel satisfied. I'm not very hungry. The way I figured out my macros and where I'm supposed to be, and I do track them right now because I just want to get really used to it. I'm supposed to have for my activity level and my body weight, something like 1,955 calories a day. I never get there. It's very rare I even come close. I usually have about 800 to 1,000 calories left at the end of the day. And there's just no more room. Maybe I'll pop a fat bomb after that or something. But there's just no more room. There's no, there's no need for me to eat 11 o'clock at night another meal. There's just, I do like I'm not strict intermittent fasting. However, this keto is very adaptive to the way I like to eat. I don't like to have breakfast. I do like to have breakfast at lunch, but I don't want to wake up and get right into the food. And I don't have to. And I'm not hungry. I can still drink my coffee. I can make it a fatty coffee if I want to. I haven't really worried about it. I drink a lot of water, as much as I can. I will do a supplement with potassium if I feel like I'm getting crampy or if I feel like I'm having some sort, like my body's just not right. It means I'm depleting out because what's happening is my liver is cleaning and it's going to flush out a lot of the minerals that we need. And that's potassium, calcium, magnesium, and there's another one. I don't remember. So if I feel like my muscles are a little achy, I'll be like, well, that's crazy. What I'll do is I'll take a quarter of a teaspoon of no salt, which is like 975 milligrams of potassium, and I'll mix it with like a shot of lemon juice, and I will do a shot of that. And that's the only way I can stomach it. I've tried it a couple of different ways. Potassium salt is awful. Ugh. And I make sure I use pink Himalayan, and that's really well rounded with a lot of minerals in it too. So on my food and whatnot. So I'm excited about it, and I encourage people to look at it, from all sorts of different ways. And I know that sometimes you know, when you want to see into something and you're just not sure and you feel like it's controversial or like it's a fad thing, it's just not. It's just not a fad thing. It's just, it works, and it's one of those ways of eating that you will start to feel yourself kind of get back to your natural state. And it's, the people's result, losing weight is one, but that's not it. And that's not what we're all about. You know what I'm saying? You could do a lot for your body using a ketogenic diet and maintaining ketosis, staying away from things that are going to heavy carb load you. And because carbs are carbs, they're sugar. And that's, there's very few studies proving that sugar is good for you. Just saying, there's just, if there are, I don't even know about it. But another thing that I feel about the ketogenic diet is that it doesn't feel like it's completely like, to eat keto doesn't really serve any particular food industry. You know how food industries will fake you out, make you think things are good for you when they're not, and they just want to make sure that you're buying their stuff. What's up, Fran? This is not the case. If you eat good meats, okay, I'll be right in soon. You eat good meats. You stay away from processed foods. You eat leafy green vegetables, and I like zucchini, a lot of zucchini. And you rely on natural fats, whether they're plant-based fats like an avocado or a coconut. Not a soy. Don't use the soy fats. That's crazy. That's not good. And vegetable oil is not good. Olive oil is good though. So olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil, very good for you. And then you have your animal-based fats that, when I make bacon, I save my fat and I'll use it to cook with if I want that flavor in there. The best butter that you can get, and if all you can do is just get regular salted butter, then that's okay. The best butter, it would be something like Kerrygold or some Amish brand, Amish roll. And there's another one I think called Aunt May or something, or Aunt Annie's. And they're just real butter, and you can make your own butter. It's super easy. So use butter. Don't be afraid of it. Those things are good for you. They're just good for you. So with that being said, I just wanted to share what I got to say and be happy about it and share the love and all that fun stuff. What's up, Paul? How are you? And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So super excited. If you I have Keto Kickstart. If you want to come in there, we've got about 35 members. We take pictures of our food. If you track your macros, you can show your macros. And we ask questions. We talk about it. When I find a good resource, I put it in the files. And that's pretty much what we're doing in there. Just having some fun, helping each other just figure it out, and be happy being around each other. And it's a really cool group because everyone's in a good mood. We're in a good mood because we have fat in our brain and everything is better this way. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye, and I want to thank you all for showing up and hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.